Hello friends, welcome back to Node.js tutorial. In this video we are going to discuss about the HTTP server. So how we can create HTTP server using Node.js, right? So last day we have discussed about the file handling and directory handling, and we already discussed some topics. So please see the full series from the beginning, and the full series link is provided in the description section, right? So let's create a server. So for this actually we need to include a HTTP module, right? So in this way, write constant suppose HTTP and then require HTTP, right? So basically what is HTTP? So brief, HTTP module can create HTTP server that listen to the server ports and gives a response back to the client. Actually in the previous video, whatever we have created or discussed, actually all things we're getting through the terminal, or you can say in the Windows user we're getting from the CMD. From now we'll create a server and we can display all those things through our browser, right? So that's the reason actually HTTP server will create. There may have any other reason, but this is the one of the reason we can display the output from the browser, right? So we already included HTTP server, so let's use this. So there is some methods, and by using that method we can create easily, right? So simply just write HTTP and HTTP dot create server, right? So basically create server is a HTTP functions, and from the parameter we can create a closer functions, right? You can get two things in the functions, that is one is request and one is response. Okay, so it can handle all the request and response just like a server, right? I want to print something, so simply raise the response we are getting from the parameter and simply write in this way, write head. We can use the write head 200, and let's use the content type in this way. So simply write content type, and the content type is text, and this is simply plain, right? And now I want to print something. So to print we have to use simply res dot print or res dot write. Okay, so using the write method we can write something, so we can display some outputs. So from now I am just going to print hello developers, right? And now in which port the server will create, actually we can use the listen. So let's take all those things in a variable. Suppose let's create a variable server, and simply let's call the listen, right? So simply just write server dot listen and give some port in random port which actually not allocated. So simply here I just write 4000, right? And now just go to the terminal and run the files. So how to run this? Node and the file name, that is index.js. Okay, so now these are running. You can say the blinking, that means it is actually running. So where it is running? It is running in the 4000, right? So just open the browser and just go and write localhost and colon 4000, right? So let's enter. So it will print the output. So it's loading. While loading, because we have not closed the response, right? So simply write response and dot end, right? And now rerun this. So rerun node index.js, and now check this. So simply refresh. So we are getting hello developers. Actually these are getting output in the browser, right? So here I am just going to show you some tricks which I have already learned, but still we are showing some things. Here if you check the code, we are using the function, that is this is the function, that is the create server is a function, and inside the create server function we are calling a function. So why not we can use the arrow functions. Actually we know the concept of arrow function, so let's use this. So simply just remove the function keyword from here and just use the arrow, so that if you run this again it will work just like same as previous. And remind that every time when you change the file we need to restart the server. So right here and just go and refresh this, we are getting the same output. So if I just change something, let's change hello developers and write welcome to Node and simply restart the server again and start, right? So now refresh, we are getting the same output. That means arrow function also working, right? And another things, we are writing some extra lines. So I don't want to write extra line, we don't want to take as a variable. Simply we can remove this and we can write here, right? So if I now just refresh this again and run this, so now if I just go into the browser we can see the same output. Okay, so there are lots of ways we can write. So keep in mind always the concept will be we need to use the HTTP server and we need to write something, or whether you need or not need, but we need to use the listen, and after the creating server we need to end the response, right? So this is basically the HTTP server in the Node.js. Now I am going to show you some additional thing. Suppose here you can see we are here in the root directory. Suppose if I just go here, let's use some part that is admin, then it should show the admin. But how we can understand we are in the admin page or we are in the user page? So I want to show which URL is requested. So how we can write this? So simply here write result dot write. Always to print something we have to use the write methods, and here simply write the URL is, and let's use REQ, that is the request, and the URL. Okay, so using the request URL we are getting. So simply just to restart this and now just go to the browser and refresh this, we are getting URL is admin. So let's use admin, and in the admin just go to the post and let's refresh this, we are in the admin post. And if I just remove all the things, that means we are in root directory. So you can see URL is /. Okay, so this was the basic example, and this is the concept how we can use HTTP to create Node.js server, and some samples how we can do this, right? And we can get the particular URL using the request. Actually request we are providing from the browser, so inside the request we are getting what the URL is actually requested, right? So hope you will like this video. Still, if you have any queries about this video, please comment in a below comment section. Next day we are going to discuss about some streamings, right? Readable streams, writable streams, some piping with the streams, right? So please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye.